Hello, everybody, and welcome yourselves back to the ECC stream tonight, where we're going to be having some very exciting Division 2 action. We have LyNx and Low Rockets. They're both going to be playing in today's match. We are into week 10, the final week of league play, and we're about to wrap things up here. But of course, we've got a couple of games to go, and here is one of them. So, yeah, I hope you all are going to be enjoying this. And of course, joining me in the casting booth today is You Got Jammed. How are you today, man?
Not too bad, thanks. Looking forward to this one. And yeah, a little bit more Div 2 action. I think the last time I was with you, we had a Div 2 match to watch.
Yeah, I think that was right. So, yeah, gonna be some more action here. So, of course, we're gonna take a closer look at this match. Of course, first off, I'm gonna go over where both of these teams stand right now. Now, I will mention right now, this match isn't really important to the way Division 2 is going to play out at the moment, because both these teams are safe from relegation. At the same time, neither of them can make it to playoffs, so it's just if they're playing for fun at this point. But regardless, right now, LyNx they're in 6th. They have a 5-3 record at this moment, and then Low Rockets, they're quite the opposite, actually. Even though they're in 7th, they have a 3-5 record. So that's what we're working with here, but in terms of game differential, they're both wildly different. LyNx at -1 and Low Rockets at -10. So yeah, that's what we got going here. And then I'll quickly run down the lineups as well for both these teams. On Low Rockets, we do have Barty, Timbo2K, Soulshot, and Just Say CJ. And then on the LyNx side, we have Cherry, Frantic Lemon, Obscure, Dampight, and Foxink. So that's what we're working with there. So with that said, Jammed, what are our thoughts on both these teams, and how do you think this match could potentially play out here?
Well, it seems LyNx have been kind of holding on to it a little bit more with that only -1 goal deficit, and Little Rockets seem to be letting quite a few in so far this season. So it'll be interesting to see how both teams sort of respond or choose in terms of play style, because, like you said, it's not really a meaningful game, but what it can do is just flex a little bit on someone else in the league, and especially going into next season, it could be good to assert some dominance today.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, both these teams want to prove what they're made of here, especially Little Rockets. They're considered the underdogs in this matchup, just considering their record in this season, even though they're just below LyNx Clan. But they'll want to prove something here today. I don't know if they're staying on until next season or not, but assuming they are, they want to prove to everyone that they could be contenders for the top 4 come in season 5. But I think now we are almost ready to go. We have the players in the lobby. We'll now get into our predictions. So yeah, Jan, let's start with you. Who have you got for this one?
Well, I remember in the last series we both watched together, I ended up going quite drastic and ended up becoming way off the line. So I'm going to go more realistic this time. LyNx Clan seem to be the ones in the driver's seat. So I'm going to say 3-1 to LyNx Clan. I think Rockets will take a game, but LyNx are going to probably dominate this series.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with you. I'll go with LyNx Clan as well. I think I'm going to go with a 3-0 here. Low Rockets have not looked that great so far this season. I saw them in their last matchup. They were managing to keep it close. It's just, they couldn't really close it out when they needed to, which is a bit of a concern. So yeah, I think LyNx Clan are going to come out swinging here and prove to everyone what they're made of here.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. I don't see Rockets maybe coming back into it, especially because this game, like you said, lacks a little bit of significance. But hopefully both teams will go a little bit more audacious, maybe quite adventurous with the play. So we should see quite a few goals at either end. And yeah, it should make for a good game anyway. And we're both here, so we might as well check this one out.
Yeah, for sure. So, yeah, the casters are ready, the players are ready, and I hope you guys are too. We will be diving straight into this game. Again, it is the Division 2 matchup between Low Rockets and LyNx Clan. We'll be back with you guys just after this map animation. Alright, we are getting straight into this one. Low Rockets versus LyNx Clan up here. And of course, we do have, I think, the LyNx Clan roster, or at least is either majority or all of them are actually at I-65 right now. So they are playing on LAN, which could potentially help them out. You know, they're all in person to support each other. So we'll see how that works out for them. Anyways, getting started here. A bit of team bumping going on the side of Low Rockets. But still won't be able to be capitalized on by LyNx Clan. And here comes Lightning Strike looking to get this one out. But Cherry just booms it down the field. Barty, let's get the save on that one. Looking to dunk the opponent there. LyNx Clan looking to push back up the field as Cherry booms it into the corner. Frantic Lemon looking for the sense, but Barty blocks it. Cherry tried to go for that one. Is now back to Obscure, but he just taps it right to the opposition. And now Barty can just get a booming clear down. And now Cherry out. CJ puts it to the side for Lightning Strike potentially, but decides to leave it. Now Cherry puts it into the center for Frantic Lemon, but he couldn't find the shot there, and Lightning Strike misses the clear as well. Will allow LyNx Clan to keep a bit of pressure on. Now out to the side again. Obscure puts it down into the box, but he will get the clear out. Frantic Lemon up again, drops it down to Cherry. He'll look to make a play on this one potentially. Once that 50 is now into the box for Barty, who will just clear it out. The demo by Cherry on the keeper will give Obscure the chance to potentially shoot, but puts it wide, and Frantic Lemon can't get contact on the ball. And yeah, a minute and a half into this, looking like a neutral start so far.
Yeah, definitely. I think LyNx have definitely had the pressure, and that's something we both anticipated. But so far, Rockets seem to be defensively okay. I mean, there's been a few high balls where they're kind of all just sitting in net waiting for it to land, but the pressure hasn't come right up into the goal line. It's mainly just in this midfield here. But yeah, we'll see how this plays out, but quite neutral so far, like you said.
Yeah, but we'll see as Barty gets this one into the box. The follow-up not there from Lightning Strike. That was the first real chance for the Low Rockets side, but it was just sent wide, and now Cherry with the counter puts it down into the box for Frantic Lemon, but he does miss the mark, unfortunately. Really close for them. And now Barty with the clear out. Frantic Lemon turning on this, but Barty will just follow up on it. Cherry booms it into the box. Lightning Strike can't find the touch. And now Frantic Lemon looks to get this into the middle, but CJ is there for the clear. Here, Lightning Strike pinched it downfield. It is blocked by Obscure. Now Barty just booms it into the corner. A little bit awkward here for LyNx Clan, but Obscure is there to get it clear. But still, the pressure's on. But Cherry Demo's an attacking player and will give them the space to move this ball back down the field. Now Cherry into the center. The second touch just straight down. Now Lemon trying to get the center, but missed the ball there, unfortunately. And still nothing being found for either of these teams, as this one is pushed into the box. Now Obscure putting it into the center. Lightning Strike, it is an easy clear for him. Now Lemon is up for this, drops it into his left corner. CJ with an infield pass, Lightning Strike, but he couldn't find contact. Now Cherry has boost to work with, gets the air dribble going. Frantic Lemon pre-jumps it, and oh boy, there's a really interesting play there from the LyNx Clan. They almost had themselves a really good chance there, but still, we are tied up in this game.
Yeah, I mean, it was excellent play there. Air dribble really paying off, and the pre-jump quite audacious. But like I said, that's something we were probably going to be seeing this game. But it seems to be LyNx Clan, they're just suffering in this final third here. They're getting the pressure, making some progress. But then that final ball into the center is just going to nobody, and they're kind of giving Rockets a easy clear every time, and they could be punished by that, as we've seen a few times. Some quite close calls in this back line here.
Yeah, for sure, but yeah, it seems like, you know, they can't just finish it really. They do get into the box, but the shot really isn't there for them. But we'll see how they can adapt to that. As Cherry with zero boost, trying to advance this ball down the field, but CJ with the block. Now Obscure is the last man. Lightning Strike with a potential shot, but it is wide the mark. A minute left on the clock. We'll see what these teams could do to break this draw here in this game. As CJ blasts once the center. Barty is up for it. Just backwards. It is straight down. He was looking for a second touch potentially, but couldn't land it. Now Lightning Strike back in. The Low Rockets, they have some pressure of their own. Now this one into the middle. CJ couldn't get the shot off of Lightning Strike's pass. And the ball is just lurking in the midfield. Cherry tries to get out to Lemon. Now Obscure has possession of this ball. The pinch way out into the half of the Low Rockets. Now Cherry sends it high. CJ on the backboard does get a good clear. Now Lemon is here to put it back into the center potentially. And here comes Barty looking for a player in the midfield, and it will be Lightning Strike to pick up on that one. 10 seconds left. Low Rockets, they have the final attacking chance as Lemon will save this one away. Now Barty trying to get a center for one more opportunity potentially, but it will drop and we will have overtime in game 1.
Yeah, and pretty much a stalemate, especially towards the second half. Now Rockets are coming back much more attacking. A little bit of threat from both sides, but yeah, like you said, they're both lacking that kind of final pass or final shot in. But it's really positive to see Rockets looking defensively better. I mean, quite a few wall clears coming in, but overall their positioning definitely looks like they're not going to concede anytime soon. So maybe they'll be able to take this game 1.
Yeah, they just have some really funny attacking chances though, which I'm just having a look at the scoreboards here. They have actually had a lot of shots on net. One of the LyNx can, which is a little bit of a surprise, but yeah, just neither team able to finish anything really. But Little Rockets have looked great on the defense so far, which is great to see. Last time they didn't look so strong in that department, but it seems they've worked on it, and it's working pretty well. But this comes down to who makes that first mistake, and it could be the Little Rockets actually, but Lightning Strike does manage to save that one, thankfully. Obscure, the recenter isn't there, but Cherry will come in to back him up. Barty off the backboards, they'll send it away. Now Cherry chips up a Lightning Strike, not what he wanted, and the shot is coming through, but Obscure does just get the save. Boy, that was close, and now Barty coming in for more, puts it into the box, and then the double commit on the side of LyNx kind of starting to panic a little bit here. The net is wide open, Lightning Strike can't find the shot though. He had a chance there, and now CJ is coming in. They're just keeping the pressure on, but that touch from Obscure will surely relieve it. And LyNx they do survive that siege, and we will keep on playing here.
Yeah, really good bit of play there for Rockets, keeping the pressure on. And again, that final shot just slightly off target here. But Lightning Strike's got a pretty good chance off this backboard. Obscure with a good clear. Definitely the wall reads from both sides have been excellent so far. However, the attacking reads, not so good. But however, nice pinch from Obscure there. A little bit of a dunk. And they take game 1. So LyNx, against the run of play, end up securing this first game.
Yeah, definitely. They were put under so much pressure in this overtime alone, and Little Rockets did a great job of that. But they do end up taking this first game regardless of LyNx Clan. They do finally break the very strong defense of Little Rockets. So, yeah, we'll see what happens in the next game. Both these teams looking neck and neck at the moment. Game 2 coming up here. LyNx Clan, they just took that first game in overtime in what was just a really close game in general. Neither team really breaking on that defense, but LyNx Clan did get that goal to put them ahead in this series. Now in the second game, Little Rockets looking to respond as the ball is in the half of Little Rockets to begin with, but it is cleared out once again. Obscure does get it past 2 defenders, and they're looking for the center, but it is blocked by CJ. Now Cherry with a potential shot. 2 defenders on that, they do clear it away though, and CJ with the ball up to get it out. Obscure very patient here, but the 50 going into the box of LyNx Clan. Cherry gets a booming clear downfield, and Frantic Lemon looking for that redirect. Interesting play from him for sure. And yeah, they are going for more wacky stuff here, as we did allude to earlier. And now here comes Lightning Strike for a potential shot. It was a bit awkward for him though, and Cherry will have a free clear. So Barty has to get back for that shot. He will be there again off the backboard. Frantic Lemon is up for this, does beat 1 defender 2, but Lightning Strike great positioning to get this one out. And now the ball hanging a little bit. LyNx Clan taking their time. Cherry couldn't find a touch in that, unfortunately, though. And now Barty with a potential shot. Cherry is there on the line to save it. Now CJ back in the box. It is dropping down, but not where Lightning Strike wanted it, unfortunately. And yeah, seems like the same story as last game so far, as we are still 0-0 right now.
Yeah, definitely a little bit more pace to the game this time. I think maybe some of the nerves have just sort of pitted away and just enabling for a little bit more end-to-end gameplay. But overall, very similar stuff from last game. Although Lynx do seem a little bit hasty with a few of the defensive clears, especially. We saw earlier Cherry there completely misreading the wall touch. But overall, very similar stuff from both sides.
Yeah, we will see if either team decides to change their play style on this, but so far, the way they're playing right now is working pretty well, but I feel like the way they play right now, they're playing pretty safe. It's not really getting them any goals, but Barty will open up the scoring here to get the first goal for his team.
Yeah, so a bit of a defensive error there, Franny Clement. As soon as you get above the ball like that, it's only going to drop down, and Barty very vigilant there, knowing where the ball was going to land, putting it into the top left. Keeper had no chance.
Yeah, for sure, and all Rockets to get what they needed. They've opened up the scoring here. And yeah, as I was saying earlier, the way these two teams are playing, particularly in the rotation, is very safe, but I feel like they aren't taking enough risks sometimes. You know, it's not great for scoring, but in terms of defense, it's working out so well for them, and maybe that's the way they want to approach this game. They just want to take the opportunities when they come. As now the LyNx kind of looking to move this one down the field. Frantic Lemon misses that touch though. Now Barty will look to just leave it for lightning strike. The 50 going straight into the corner and out. CJ blocking that opportunity. Now Barty just bangs it downfield. CJ onto the backboard. Here comes lightning strike for a shot, but he touches it with the underside of his car. Now Barty will have to make this clear. He gets off the backboard successfully. Obscure into the corner for Frantic Lemon. He tries to pass it back, but his teammate was not prepared for it. Now this one, it is on net. It was actually left by the forward players there, and Obscure, the last man back, had to make that clear. Cherry did drop it down to Obscure, but couldn't find a touch there. And this one is quite dangerous, but Frantic Lemon, great to get this one away. Now winning that 50 once more. Lightning Strike does get that demo on Frantic Lemon. Now Cherry has a chance. Puts the shot on there. Barty is there for the clear, and Obscure wasn't ready to take the rebound opportunity there. And still, it is 1-0 for Low Rockets. They are still looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, and Barty just finishing it off again. I think very similar scenario. I don't know if someone got a touch here. It's Frantic Lemon once again with the defensive clear. Did get a little bit more height on that, but Barty in the perfect position and just drops it into the bottom right. So he's really showing up this game.
Yeah, definitely. I saw him in the last game. He was trying for a lot of offensive opportunities too, but he couldn't find any. But this time he is converting on them, capitalizing on the defensive mistakes from LyNx Clan very well, which is what they really need here. LyNx Clan not looking so great with their clears, unfortunately, especially off the backboards, but we'll see if they can clean up on that. As we have a minute and a half to go, Little Rockets, they have a 2-0 lead, looking to make it 3 with that shot, but Frantic Lemon with that clear, and now Barty looking to put it center. He misses the ball, though, looking to back pass it potentially, but it is past his second man, and now CG will have to cover into the middle. Obscure just booms it down. Frantic Lemon, he was looking for that redirect again. A Cherry on the backboard. Frantic Lemon looking to pass it back, but he is bumped, and Barty gets another clear yet again. Now Lightning Strike, trying to bait in a challenge for Obscure. He does pass it across the Barty, but Obscure is there just chasing that one. 1 minute left, 2-0 still to Low Rockets. Jams, I'll have to ask you, what do you think the LyNx Clan need to do to really get themselves on the scoring here?
I mean, as we were talking about earlier, I think they just need to become more proactive, get up the field, play with a more attacking mind state. They're sitting back here waiting for maybe a counter attack or to capitalize on a mistake. But there's two problems with that. The first one is the fact that Rockets aren't really making many mistakes. And then the second issue is the fact that they're not actually playing defensively very well. So when they make that a cornerstone of their play style, you've really got to be able to get those clears. But again, caught off guard, lightning strike this time, finishing it off. And two guys in net, both of them not facing the ball, so it's always going to be a little bit of trouble.
Yeah, definitely. I feel like there was just miscommunication, bit of confusion there from both those players. Not really sure where to position themselves. I would have liked to see someone challenging that ball much earlier than it was, as it was too late. But 20 seconds left, a 3-0 lead. Low Rockets surely have this game. They're looking much stronger than in the last game, doing a better job of capitalizing off the pretty poor defense. I wouldn't call it that poor, but LyNx Clan just making a few small mistakes here and there, and Low Rockets recognizing that. And Low Rockets, they played so clean so far in this game in particular, which is what I like to see. And we'll see if they can keep that up in the next game.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it wasn't completely poor, but by the standards of Lynx and the games in the past, they definitely should be doing a little bit more. But now it's all leveled up, so let's see what happens in the next one.
Well, it was all tied up in this series. Little Rockets coming out with a very convincing performance in that last game, and now advancing into Game 3. LyNx kind of got to make quite a few changes to their playstyle if they want to keep themselves in this series, because Little Rockets seem to have a great read on them. As Barty with a banging shot there, Cherry does manage to get away though. And now no one on the spot for LyNx. They got to be challenging that, as Frantic Lemon does get up to it, and Cherry immediately clears it away. And yeah, it's really fast-paced start here from both teams as CJ puts it into the corner, potentially for lightning strike for a pass. Obscure, an awkward touch there. He looked to drop it down, but yeah, couldn't just get the read on that. But CJ looking to keep the pressure going as Barty comes in for a challenge up on the backboard. Obscure looking to get the clear out, but it is just down to lightning strike, but he can't find a touch either. CJ for one more chance. It is onto the backboard again, but it is still lurking for the net. Barty puts it into the corner. Now tries to put it center, but he can't find a touch here. Lightning strike was put it back middle. And now Cherry couldn't find a touch on that one. Frantic Lemon looking to make a play by himself, trying to fake out a defender. CJ will get the clear out, and that demo from Cherry on CJ will surely alleviate some pressure here. And still, the clear comes out, and it is 0-0 so far.
Yeah, once again, Rockets coming straight out the gate. Really good bit of possession, couple of decent chances as well. And they definitely seem to have changed their playstyle slightly. You could see that LyNx are trying to move up the field a bit quicker, get the early clears, and they're just kind of waiting for the ball, picking the right position, and then just immediately throwing it onto that backboard again. So if Rockets can capitalize, it might just be a replicant of day 2, or game 2, I should say.
Yeah, definitely. Little Rockets, yeah, you said right there, they've been just throwing it onto the backboard. I think they must have found a weakness in the side of LyNx Clan. You know, they're not really positioning players on the backboard that often, but when they do, the clears are usually pretty poor, to be honest, from LyNx Clan. And Little Rockets, they've managed to abuse that, but still, Obscure will get us down the field and will open up scoring in this game.
Yeah, against the run of play, Frantic Lemon here going up, forcing Barty to go into the air, has to get that block, and most of the time, if you're just static and the ball's going to hit you, it's just going to land right in front of the net. So really good follow-up there as well.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, despite the fact that LyNx kind of been under a lot of pressure this game, they do manage to get that one down the field and take the chance when they need it. And yeah, that was their second shot of the game. So yeah, trying to make the best use of the chances they get. But I think it is better for them to just push up the field much more. You know, they probably know the defense isn't in the best shape at the moment. So if they could just deny Little Rockets from getting there in the first place, then they'll be in a good spot. But as I say that, CJ putting this into the box. Obscure trying to get this one out. CJ back into the middle for lightning strike, but couldn't find the shot there. But he does put it back in mid. Barty will be looking for a chance here. Up onto the backboard, 2 defenders up. They just get the touch there, but it is weak. Cherry will block the recenter attempt, no, as he will boom it down the field potentially, but Barty is there to receive it. And lightning strike, trying to tap it back to the teammate, but CJ is just playing a bit far back, doesn't need to push too much for this one. And now Barty up on the backboard once again, but no one there to follow up just yet. Lightning strike will get it once more onto the backboard, and CJ will be up for a potential shot, but it is wide. But you can just see it from Little Rockets, they're just throwing the ball at the backboard constantly, and LyNx kind of just not adapting to it at the moment.
No, definitely not. And you can see just outside the area where LyNx's net is, Barty's just sitting in there in that kind of pocket, and every time there's a clear off the wall, it's coming straight to him. And if they can get a bit more decisive with their shooting, or maybe have a little bit more of a methodical approach, because that's what I think separated them last game, was everything was very deliberate, whereas now they're just trying to play reactively, just of what LyNx are giving them. But I think if they go for a more creative approach, they'll be able to capitalize a lot more, because LyNx are struggling, like you said.
Yeah, definitely. Of course, that's one of the ways Little Rockets can adjust their play style. But right now, they're on the back foot here. They've got to find some more chances here. They've had a lot of setups for sure, but they just, yeah, not as methodical in their approach. And this one that's going down the field, Cherry finds the second off the booming clear. And yeah, we're just over a minute to go. LyNx can't find themselves 2-0 up in this one.
Nice pass there from Frantic Lemon. It's a really great tactic to do. Just get a little tap onto it. You bait the defender in. You know your teammate's going to get there first, and just caught everyone off guard, I think. So, yeah, maybe you could question the challenge there. I think Barty was the one involved, but overall, LyNx are looking good, and they've got the points on the board, and that's the most important bit. But again, Rockets do seem to be, taking a majority of control in this game. They're just not turning it into anything.
Yeah, I feel like LyNx kind of making much better use of any possession they do get on the ball, really, in this game, as Barty is looking to get this one into the center. CJ, he does put that one wide. I'm saying it again, your Little Rockets, they've had a majority of control over the fields here, and they've had a majority of opportunities, but you just can't take them, really. It seems like they're just playing too reactively in this game. They need to be a bit more, methodical in their approach, as you said. As now CJ has to challenge this one, but time is running down. And Little Rockets, unless they find an opportunity very, very soon, it will be match point for LyNx in this series. As Lightning Strike does get a touch on this. Frantic Lemon is up into the midfield. Obscura will beat CJ to this, but he does get the read regardless. It is bouncing into the box, but Cherry immediately clears it. And LyNx Clan, they do hold on. You're looking for one more here. It is just off the post. But yeah, LyNx Clan, despite the fact they're under so much pressure, they do manage to take this game.
Yeah, credit to LyNx there. They took their chances. Unfortunately, Rockets, it wasn't the same. A lot of passing around to the front of the box, but they just couldn't get that final product there. So yeah, all to play for in this last game. Or potentially last game.
Game 4 about to get started here. LyNx Clan, they are 2-1 up in this series, 1 away from taking it. The Little Rockets, they surely need to change their approach to this game because they've had plenty of chances to score in that last game, but they just could not find the mark. We'll see how they do in this game though, as they are getting things started. Cherry looking to advance this one down the field. CJ is there for a potential clue. Now Cherry tries to put it middle, interesting pass there, but immediately the Little Rockets players are there to clear it out. And now Frantic Lemon just bangs it to the backboards. Lightning Strike clears it away. Barty potentially for that pass, but it is just stopped there. And now Cherry with that demo on CJ will allow them a bit of space. The Lightning Strike will take it right away from them as he's moving this one down. Looking for the potential dunk, but Barty also committed for that one. CJ couldn't find a touch on it. Open net for Cherry, but it is off the post. Jesus, LyNx Clan. They had the opportunity right there to take the lead, but unfortunately Cherry couldn't capitalize.
I just don't think Cherry realised how much time he had there. He could have definitely hooked around to the ball and got an easy shot on target. I feel like he was panicking a little bit, rushed it, and from that angle, you're never really going to get the ball where you want it. So, but it's all LyNx so far. It's definitely a big change in their play style, and Rockets are on the back foot, and this is where they can't be right now.
Yeah, definitely. LyNx Clan, I think they've managed to figure out a way to counter Little Rocket's playstyle. Just pressure them as much as you can, and they won't have any opportunities, really. And of course, LyNx Clan, despite their defense looking pretty shoddy, they didn't concede in that last game, but still, it was pretty questionable as Lightning Strike looked for an infield pass over to CJ it was, but couldn't get a touch on it. Cherry, immediate challenge there. This one's going in. CJ's just out of position, and Cherry, again, will find the opening goal in Game 4.
It's one of those kind of dunk 50s again as well. Cherry just closing him down very early. And I think they kind of, Rockets have settled into this phase of not being challenged that soon. And now they've flipped the playstyle completely. LyNx are catching them off guard more and more.
Yeah, definitely. LyNx Clan, they're just denying all the space for Little Rockets here. They recognize, hey, if they've got all this time, then they're just going to be banging it right at us all the time. So if you just take that space right away from them, then you can't really do much, can they? But now we'll be going into the third minute of this game now, as Lightning Strike will be taking this one out of his own half. Obscura trying to turn on this, but Lightning Strike is back on it. It's onto the backboard. Two players jump for that, and now CJ looking for a shot. Onto the backboard once again. Barty is up for it, but didn't have a good angle. Then we'll just send it right wide in the net. Now that pinch onto the backboard once again. Cherry will get the clear out to the sidewall. Now going for a second touch on it, puts it into the box, but I think there was a bump there on a defender of Low Rockets. Now Lightning Strike playing it out, Obscure can't get a touch on it. Frantic Lemon was there for it. And now here comes CJ into the corner. Obscure tried to get a block on that. CJ does put it on, and again, Low Rocket's finding a bit of pressure, and Lightning Strike, he has an open net to work with, and he will take it as we reach halftime in this game.
Excellent centre pass there from Barty. It was all created from CJ, closing him down early, and I think they've just taken a page out of LyNx's book now, and they're putting on the pressure, and again, it's paying off. They're both getting the response from each other that they want. Complete panic, that backboard there, just very hesitant, and CJ really proactive by blocking that ball and setting it up for Barty just to centre it to an empty net, basically.
Yeah, definitely. They will be taking that any day of the week as now Lightning Strike clears it out. Cherry booms it straight back downfield on a double come out on the side of Low Rockets. But still Lightning Strike trying to find a touch there, but they're finding Lemon in a bit of an awkward spot. Obscure will take over for him. Now Barty closes one out. Cherry just jumps up for that one, gets it a win. Obscure with that demo. CJ's last man, a risky push for him, but it does work out perfectly as he will buy some time for Lightning Strike to get back. And here he comes, the man himself, putting it into the center. Barty does get a block on that one, is trying to keep this one in the opposing half. But Cherry with another demo on CJ, just trying to remove players from the field at this point, try to alleviate some pressure if they can. And Lightning Strike booms it down the field. Cherry with not a lot of boost to work with, can still get a solid hit on the ball. But now it's just back and forth with both these teams. They're just looking to find a gap in the defenses of each other as we are starting to approach the final minute.
Yeah, I think this is what we expected from game one. Because of the significance or insignificance of the series in general, we thought that both teams would throw everything they had, and this is definitely what I expected going into the series. So it's nice to see a bit of action end to end, and like you said, just throwing everything they have at each other.
Yeah, and there was a chance there for Barty off the infield pass. It was a great opportunity, but it was blocked, unfortunately. Now, CJ was not in the best position, but he found a touch regardless. But a bit of passing play coming out from the LyNx clan, but that one was put wide in the net, and Obscure can't get the center. Now, CJ looking to take it out, flicks it past one, can't get it past the second, though, as Cherry is playing very aggressive in this game. I do like it from him, just shutting down all the opportunities he can from Low Rockets. This one is stuck in the half of Low Rockets now. This one is punted into the corner. Now Cherry is up for it. Backboards this one as Barty flicks it out to the side. And just bounce up again for him. He can't get this over Frantic Lemon. Down to CJ. Booms it into the corner. Now CJ with the recenter opportunity, but Cherry will get this before him. 16 seconds left. Low Rockets have some pressure, but now Frantic Lemon booms it down the field. And needs to be someone challenging this ball as Lightning Strike does get to it. And the fall from Obscure just passes it out and away. Now CJ just has to keep this one away. They look at this forced overtime here. This one is being kept up, but Cherry will just kill it, and it is all to play for here as OT is reached.
Yeah, and one thing definitely I've observed from watching this series is both sides are doing this second man rotation cut in front of goal after they've already drawn a defender. And if you've seen, especially from Rockets more often, but you just saw it there with Cherry going up for the ball, cutting that rotation there, it just disables the third man's position, and then he can't go in for the ball. And if they do, there's either two options: a double commit, or usually that second man has taken the ball away from the third, who was in a better attacking position, and then it comes to nothing. And I think LyNx could have sealed this game if they had a little bit more communication and they just watched that second man cut.
Yeah, the second man cut can work out sometimes. If it's done correct. So usually if the third man's too far back and you see an opportunity for a pass or a shot, then it is good for the second man to cut in then, I feel like. But if you're just cutting in front of the third man when it's completely unnecessary, when you know that third man can definitely get the ball, then there's no reason to do it, because you're just giving away, you're just cutting out the third man, keeping him out of the play for too long, and then it usually just gives possession to the opponents in that case. But yeah, I feel like LyNx Clan, they just need to sort that out. You know, the rotation is working out fine, but cutting in too often is not going to do them any favours. But as we see some pressure coming in for the Low Rockets, they almost had a goal there, but Frantic Lemon with the save, a follow-up being blocked again. And now CJ trying to get this one past Cherry, but here comes Barty here. Lightning Strike tries to put it out to the side. Frantic Lemon will get this one potentially, but I'm not sure what happened just there. He seemed to just completely miss the ball, but now Lightning Strike is up for this one again. Cherry tries to get it into the middle, puts it into the center, and still it is neck and neck in this overtime as we are approaching the second minute in.
Yeah, and it's pretty even from both sides here. And yeah, going back to that, second man rotation, I completely agree with you about knowing when to sort of pick your moments to cut, because you can end up getting the ball redirected much earlier than the third man could. And in this situation, I think Rockets are probably more the culprits. That's probably the first I saw from LyNx Clan. Maybe you could say the most significant. But overall, it is something that they could definitely both work on in terms of playstyle. It's looking really end to end though. That wonderful gold line clear from Lemon to keep them in it was excellent, and I just feel like it's just going to take one mistake or maybe one bit of brilliance to finish this game off.
Yeah, we'll probably have to come down to that as both these teams do. It's just a complete stalemate at this point. They're not wanting to be the team that makes that first mistake, but here comes Barty with a potential shot, but he puts it well wide. He had it right there off the pass. Unfortunate for Barty. And now he'll look to recenter it, try and give it to a teammate, but Lightning Strike, he pre-jumped it, but couldn't get the read. Now CJ, I think they're looking to go for the more aggressive rotation here, as now Cherry will finally clear it out. Lightning Strike just waiting for that boom to come out, and as we approach the third minute, still it is tied 1-1 here. And yeah, what is it going to take for either of these teams to really break this tie here?
I think it's just going to take a little bit of composure, taking the time a bit, although the shot here could put a bit of pressure on. Well read by Obscure there. Yeah, it's going to take a little bit more, like I said, methodology, a little bit more taking their time. Because I think, a lot of people, very close from Obscure there, a lot of the players haven't realised when they've had time on the ball. That could be a communication issue, but the net looks open here. Frantic Lemon just putting it wide, and that's another big thing. I mean, as we just saw with Barty, getting those open nets, just putting the ball in the net, sealing this game off.
Yeah, it wasn't open net there. It was a triple commit on the side of Low Rockets. You can tell the pressure was starting to get to them there, but yeah, it was a complete miss on that open net again. We saw that twice now from either side, one time each. Now Barty with that save out, it is dangerously into midfield, but CJ will turn on it and he will actually get past the third man. He will hopefully give his teammates a bit of time, just get back in that rotation, collect some boost, and be ready for the next attack. As Lightning Strike, it's not facing the right way, but let's get touching it. But he is demoed for his efforts. And it is 4 minutes in. This one is really extending out. And now CJ could have a potential chance here, but Frantic Lemon, great positioning there to block off that shot. And now it is taken past the second man. Barty is last man back, just trying to kill as much time as possible. He does a good job. And now Frantic Lemon getting it over the first man. Lightning Strike turns on this and gets it away, looking to clear it even further out, but he misses contact on the ball. Now Cherry will clear it. Barty into the mid. And it will be there for CJ. He does beat Frantic Lemon to it. Now Obscure has the shot chance. Barty will be up for it for yet another save. And we've almost played another game of Rocket League in Game 4 as we approach 5 minutes in.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a long haul. Like you said, both teams very evenly matched, and it's just going to take that one little bit of brilliance. I think Barty and Lemon putting in shifts in the defense as well, both of them with the clears. Lightning Strike there as well, getting involved very close from Frantic Lemon. He's looked really good actually in this final game, but Lightning Strike's now countering. Backboard read, missed from Cherry, and punishes them. And they're very, Cherry's been really on the ball in this game, and he just misses this one. Like we said, one mistake, and that's all it takes.
Yeah, that one mistake could come out there. 5 minutes and 5 seconds into overtime. Jesus, that was the long haul there. But Low Rockets, they're going to be really happy with themselves to close that one out. We go to a fifth and final game in this series. We couldn't have it any other way, could we? Let's see what happens in this game. It's just looking so close between these two teams. Game 5 in this Division 2 series. I've not seen this one in a while on stream, but yeah, looking to be really exciting here. I could see this one going to yet another OT. We'll have to see how it plays out as Barty has an early chance here. Obscure clears it off the backboard. Now Cherry puts it out to Frantic Lemon. What a passing play coming from LyNx Clan, but the mark is not found, unfortunately. But I'm liking this from LyNx Clan, trying to find each other a little bit more. That could grant them more opportunities. As the shot comes on net, Lightning Strike clears it away. Frantic Lemon, the last man, just manages to get a touch, but Barty will still put it onto the backboard. Now Cherry, the main man, who really, the one playing so aggressive on that side of the LyNx Clan, does get a demo from CJ off the backboard clear. Now Barty looking for a chance. Frantic Lemon can't get the shot though. Out into the corner. Awkward for CJ. Lightning Strike does cover well for him, but Cherry again, he's just turning on everything, it seems like. They're trying to open up any opportunities, but then they have overcommitted. Barty has a shooting chance. Can he find the angle? No! It bounces into the box. The follow-up is here though for CJ, and Obscure can't get to it. 1-0 here for the Little Rockets.
Yeah, it was great here from Barty, realising he couldn't get the angle, pinches it into the centre, nice and high up for CJ there. And in that position, the defence don't know what hit them. Even if it's got a little bit less pace on it than you'd like, it's probably going to go in. So excellent heads-up play from CJ there, recognising that Barty was going to pull through for him.
Yeah, definitely. An early start here for the Little Rockets, but that clear was dangerous across net. As now Lightning Strike does manage to get the clear out and will potentially just boom it downfield. Now Cherry turning on this so early. They look to play it past CJ, but this one's going on net, I think, but it is just wide. The follow-up blocked again from Frantic Lemon, and it could have been 2-0 there for Little Rockets. But we will keep on playing here at 1-0 as Lightning Strike does get a slight touch. Now Barty with a shooting chance. Cherry gets up to it early. Now that demo for Frantic Lemon, Obscure, not a lot of boost to work with, but he will surely get this clear out. Now Barty again on net. The two players on this ball here. Barty with the demo, but now Frantic Lemon, a one-on-one situation. Couldn't get it into position he wanted. Now into the middle, Obscure, potential shot on the backboard. Cherry is there for the follow-up, but what a save from CJ to keep his team clean here in the scoring. And now Barty will look to transition this one downfield. Lightning Strike does pick up on the pass. And oh boy, the pace is set so high in this game. It looks completely different to game 1 here.
Yeah, I think it's just built up over time. Like every game's got more and more intense, more fast-paced. Last game, like I said, we were seeing a little bit more of what we expected here. And in this final game 5, I mean, it's just constant pressure, constant, balls in on the shot. And here is another one again. And it has been mostly Rockets so far. And I really think they want to close out this series. Like you said, it doesn't mean much, but in terms of just morale for the team, I feel like they need it a bit more than LyNx right now.
Yeah, definitely. They're the ones that are the underdogs in this series, but they have the lead, and they've just got half a game to hold on to it for. As CJ is looking to work this one into the midfield. Frantic Lemon is there. Does manage to win that 50-50. Now Cherry pushing on this one, but he can't find the touch. Obscure will try to get the backboard clear, but it is played in front of the net. Lightning Strike couldn't get it though. Boy, that botch clear did not work out well for him, unfortunately. Now Obscure has a chance. He doesn't get contact, but Barty will read it anyway. Now Cherry does block this one. CJ has a shooting chance. Frantic Lemon can't get back in time, and that is 2-0 for Little Rockets.
Excellent there. We saw a similar goal again. I mean, the pinch probably helped out, but Barty looking for that centre pass. CJ, right place, right time, and he's really stepped up on his attacking positioning. But overall, really close calls from both sides. Frantic Lemon putting in that defensive shift again, but Barty's definitely been on the offensive so far.
Yeah, definitely, and now they're looking to play this one again off the kickoff. This isn't the side of Low Rockets here, and now CJ with a booming clear. He's been having a great game so far, getting really involved in the offensive end, and now Lightning Strike looking for a shot, but he touches the back. Now a 2v1 situation, the pass coming through. Cherry 1v1, but he can't connect on the flick, unfortunately. The rebound is there, though. Obscure will get one back, as, yeah, 1 minute 43 left. Still, LyNx can't get back into this one.
Yeah, Obscure picking up the pieces there. Cherry looking for that heavy flick into the top left, and unfortunately didn't get it. Barty's positioning was very questionable. Didn't challenge, didn't shadow, just basically in a very poor place. And luckily Obscure cleaning it up there and just closing that gap between the score lines here. But still, a few defensive questions to be asked of LyNx, as we just saw there, a couple of whiffs coming out. But they look like they're fighting to get back in this.
Yeah, definitely. They're not going to give up just yet. A minute and a half left. Can the lads of LyNx Clan get themselves back into this game? They've got to find one more goal, but Barty will say no, get out of here. Lightning Strike will get that goal off the demo. Brilliant play from Little Rockets. Oh my.
Excellent again from Barty there. Another nice heads-up play, looking static in the box there. I think that was Frantic Lemon. He's been their, their savior for a lot of this series, and just caught off guard. Barty's coming in, drilled it, and leaving an empty net there for his teammates. So fantastic play from him. He's really stepped up this game. And before I can even finish, another one from Lightning Strike. Good play there. Nice little bait coming out from Barty. Misses the ball, and then Lightning picks it up. Very nice shot.
Yeah, Little Rockets, they're just showing up in this 5th game, and oh my goodness, it's just amazing to see from them. Barty, that demo earlier for that 3rd goal was just incredible vision there. He recognised, if I just get rid of the last defender, it's open. And it was Barty who's been like the main man in the offense. I feel like, my MVP for this series anyway so far. And yeah, that second over Lightning Strike is perfect placement off the kickoff, crossbar down. Little Rockets, they're just looking so dominant here as we approach the final minute. LyNx kind of got all the work to do. 3 goals in a minute. It's not impossible, but highly improbable, especially with the way the Little Rockets are playing at the moment. As LyNx did take that one off his teammate, unfortunately, but they don't really care much right now. They know they've got this one in the bag. As CJ is looking for the 5th goal, but it is blocked by Obscure, the double save coming out. And Frantic Lemon back down the field. Barty can't get the save. Frantic Lemon will get one back, though. 30 seconds left. Is it possible?
I mean, I wouldn't rule it out completely. 2 goals, 30 seconds. It's been done multiple times before. Frantic Lemon there moving into the offense, just catching that last man out. Lightning Strike maybe a little bit too far up for my liking, and Barty just couldn't get back. I would say MVP though for me this series, I'm going to probably give it to CJ so far, because I feel like although it's great to develop these chances and get in these attacking positions, the problem has been for most of the series is just executing the goal. And CJ, especially this game, has been in the right place and the right time for Rockets.
Yeah, he has 75% goal participation in this game alone with 2 goals and 1 assist to his name. Of course, he is topping the scoreboard for his team. And yeah, as the time runs down, the Little Rockets, they'll be celebrating here. It will not gain them anything in terms of getting to playoffs or anything, but they have definitely gone a confidence boost from this. They prove to everyone what they've made of after struggling so much in some of their previous series. They do show up in this game as they get one more for the record books here, 5-2. Just excellent performance here from them.
Yeah, it was a fantastic last game. Maybe a little bit of a slow start from Rockets, but they proved us both wrong as well. We both went with the most favourite in terms of the series, but it's great to see some really fantastic play from Rockets. Dominated the game, really good spells of possession, and a lot of deliberate moves again. Some excellent passing into the centre, and also following up on any chances they created.
Yeah, for sure. They just gave us an absolute show there in that 5th and final game. So well played to Little Rockets. They were 2-1 down in the series, mind you. And in that 4th game, such a long overtime, they were looking like they were starting to panic a bit there, but they got themselves under composure there. They managed to get that win, and then they just come out the gate swinging in game 5. They just absolutely dominate LyNx Clan. And it's just an insane performance from them. You gotta love to see it. Yeah, just brilliant from Little Rockets. And now I'm just going to take a look at what the standings should be. Now, Little Rockets, they don't really change. They're at 4-5 now. They do finish off the season there. Didn't have the best season overall, but they do close it out on a really good note there. And LyNx Clan, they're now at 5-4. The positions will not change at all. But Little Rockets, they made a statement in this game, and you got to commend them for that, surely.
Oh, definitely. And like I said, each game that went by, they started getting a little bit sort of, like I said, a bit more methodical with it, and they were really improving on areas they were lacking in the first few games. And you can partially also say that LyNx kind of showed them the door a little bit on a few of them. They left it open, played very defensive in that game too, and then they ended up clawing it back for the game 3. You thought they'd be in pole position to win that, but that overtime, I think that really kind of unsettles nerves when you play an entire game on top of another game and then you end up losing it. And I reckon maybe a little bit of tilt coming in there because Rockets just completely walked all over them in that last one.
Yeah, and we did mention, of course, the LyNx Clan. They were all at LAN, and of course, at Insomnia in the UK. And because they were probably all sitting next to each other, and, that can sometimes really help teams when they're all next to each other. They can, it seems like when you tell each other things you need to do, it seems like it comes from a great place. But other times, it can really make the negative energy even greater if that's the case with certain teams. And I don't know what was the case for LyNx Clan. I'm not there at Insomnia, so I don't know what they're like. But yeah, it seems like maybe the mood wasn't as great in that 5th game after losing such a long game of Rocket League in game 4. But yeah, that's all I have to say about it. Anything else you need to say, Jammed, or is that all?
No, it was it was a bit of a long haul today, but very entertaining throughout, and really loved the kind of energy and the pace in the last few games. And I'm really looking forward to see how Rockets do in the next season, and hopefully they can take this momentum through during kind of their preseason training and whatever else they're going to be up to. But yeah, it was good to be here today.
Yeah, great to be here as well. Of course, I'd like to thank you again, Jammed, for casting with me today. It was a pleasure to have you on. And of course, thank you to Timmy for streaming for us today. Of course, without him, we wouldn't have the stream right here for you guys. And of course, thanks again to the players, of course, for giving us an amazing Game 5 there. It was a brilliant series to watch. Of course, great to see them playing again. And the viewers, you all lovely people, thanks again for tuning in. Of course, it's great to have you guys around watching some quality Rocket League. Of course, if you want to keep connected with the ECC, be sure to join our Discord. Of course, donate to our prize pool as well. We have a match renal page right there. The code ECCS4 gets you a 50 cents that you can put into the prize pot for our players. And of course, follow us on Twitter and subscribe to our YouTube as well. We upload match VODs to our YouTube and also keep you updated on the league on our Twitter. But that is all from us here at the ECC tonight. I'd like to thank you guys once more for watching, and we will see you guys again next time. Good night, everyone.